my name is Iman Gadzhi, and I made my first million at the ripe age of 18 years old. Sounds like a bit of a fairy tale, huh? Well, not exactly. As the saying goes, more money, more problems. And I can definitely attest to that. Sitting here at the age of 20, having made multiple millions more, I firmly understand that I pretty much know nothing about life. But I will say I'm definitely in a very unique position. So I wanted to reveal how making my first $1 million at the age of 18 really just changed me. Let's start off by talking about the most obvious thing. Lifestyle. Now, when you start making money, one of the biggest traps that people fall into is lifestyle creep. This is when you continue to inflate your personal expenses as a percentage of your total income. Now, making money at an early age, you can start to feel like a bit of a kid in a candy store. Everything is so new, everything's so exciting, and especially when you're experiencing all this and you're still hearing the echoes of people talking down at you, people telling you you're gonna fail, you're never gonna succeed, all this stuff when you first start out with your business or your venture or whatever. When things started finally working for me, I wouldn't say I was one of those big, F all my haters, I told you guys this, that, but there is definitely that era of, look, you guys all said I would fail. You guys said I was an idiot. You guys would talk down of me when I spent years and years building up my successful habits and my discipline in order to set me up to do something great in life. And although I didn't have the results to back it up at the time, I knew I was destined for something great, and all you guys did was throw shit in my face. So I found that in the first couple years of making substantial money, and definitely when I made that first $1 million at the age of 18, lifestyle creep was definitely something that I was starting to experience. It's crazy because I vividly remember when I was 16 years old, I was reading Tony Robbins' Money Master Game, and I'm going through this book, I'm doing the exercises, where you talk about like your absolute, your final, your dream life. And mine came out to 50 grand a month. And by the time I turned 18, I was making that per month. And once you get to 50 grand a month, you realize that at the end of the day, you're actually still a tiny little fish. And that things that you didn't even know existed before now come into your orbit, Cars that you didn't even think about before come in, and I don't, to this day, 20 years old, I actually still don't even own a car because I live in London, and to me it's just a futile expense. It's just unnecessary. But as I said, once you get into that position, cars, you start to look at different sort of cars, or even watches. Until the age of 18, I didn't even know what a Richard Mille was. I didn't know what a Nautilus was, what a Royal Oak was, and this stuff starts coming into your orbit, stuff that when you're younger and you don't have as much money, you don't know what brands like Loro Piana and Xenia are. And as I said, once you start making more and more money, it's funny because as you get to a point of financial freedom, and even further than that, you start to realize actually just how small you are. So one of the big things that happened with my lifestyle was definitely this aspect of lifestyle creep as a percentage of what I was making entirely over the first couple years. And after those 2 years of, as I said, feeling like a kid in a candy store, you kind of just realize that, as my tattoo says here, wherever you go, there you are.